Hello, good morning, everybody. How are you this morning? Welcome to our Business Growth Insights. We're going live in 3 different places, as we always do on a Tuesday morning. We're going live onto my profile. We're going live on LinkedIn, which is something quite new that we're doing, which is also a lot of fun. So hi, guys, to everyone there on LinkedIn. And we are also going live into my Confident Successful Business Owners Facebook group, which is really cool. So guys, if you are joining for the first time today, like our incredible Natty J, hi Natty, how you going? And you are not a member of our Confident Successful Business Owners Facebook group, this is actually where we house all of these trainings that you can come back and watch the replay. So we would love to have you join us. And it's going to be amazing. Hello, Erin. You're feeling that you need this one. Okay, well, that's awesome because I haven't even introduced the title yet. So that's cool. But, can't wait to hear what you're thinking about this one then, Erin. All right. So, guys, as you know, as I've just said, we come live every single Tuesday morning to do some business growth insights training. These are really good for small business owners, whether you are just starting out on business or even thinking about starting out in business, whether you have been in business for a little while and you're wanting to improve business, or whether you've been in business for a while and you're wanting to scale to the next level. So it's really for every single person. Good morning, beautiful Chris. How are you? Oh, looking lovely. Oh, thanks. Stop it. No, don't. Thank you, darling. All right, everybody. So what are we going to talk about today? So today we're going to talk about tech, okay, and overcoming your lack of tech knowledge and also maybe some fears that you might have around this technology as well. And if you were watching our Business Growth Insights last week, we were talking about AI and how you can introduce that into your business. And this is kind of why I decided to take this a little bit further today and talk about the other technology in business as well, was because, a lot of people said last week that, AI is something that is giving them a little bit of fear, or they're doubting that it's something that they can implement into their business, or it's too hard to learn, or whatever that is. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to overcome your lack of technology or tech knowledge. Okay, and also we're going to look at some fears around it as well. Okay, so just first of all, if you are joining us for the first time, and if you haven't yet given StreamYard, which is the app, the tech, that I use, permission to see your name, there is a little link in the description of this live where you can just simply go click it and give StreamYard permission to see your name, and then you will come up like this. G'day, young Zoe Masters. How are you, my beautiful lady? For you made it. Yeah, you made it. We got plenty of time. We got half an hour together, guys. Half an hour. All right, everyone. So without further ado, let's get into today's training, because I know, if I do say so myself, this is a really good one. But before I do that, really quickly, for anyone who's watching and you don't know me yet, my name is Ali Sugars, and I'm a business empowerment coach. And I have a real passion for teaching people in the areas of business with mindset, motivation, which is goal setting and planning, marketing, which we all need to do, and the momentum, to keep all that momentum going and have amazing success in your business with confidence. All right. So what we are going to talk about today is, when it comes up on the picture on the screen. Okay, is it going to be pain for me today? It was working beforehand. Let's hope it all plays tech, eh? So, as I said, how to overcome your tech lack of tech knowledge. Okay, so first of all, I mentioned fears. Okay, I mentioned fears around technology. So I really truly believe I've just seen this morning. What are you calling me? Puddle Splasher. Just jumping on. G'day, Puddle Splasher. Thank you for your support, beautiful Susie Manley. Okay, so with tech now, as someone who has struggled, and I mentioned this too last week, as someone who has struggled to implement when I first started business, I struggled to accept that technology had changed since I was in business the last time. There was a 10-year break, right? When I was running my own businesses, I was setting up my own websites. I was doing two businesses. I was doing audio typing, and I was also doing drop shipping with sterling silver jewelry. So I had a website and I was doing all that type of stuff. Now, that was great to learn, and I learned all the Google and how to do all the keywords and all that type of stuff. But you can imagine the change that had happened in 10 years when I went off to do a day job, have a career, and then I left that, and then I've come back to running my own business. When I did that, it was like, holy crap, all this new technology had come in, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it, right? So I felt there was a lot of fear there for me. And I see this a lot with people who come and talk to me about, starting a business and about doing all types of things. So let's have a look at the fears around that technology that you might have. And as we go along, tell me in the chat if you can relate to any of these. Okay, so a lot of the time the fears are psychological, right? It's not that you don't know how to do them. It's not that we're bad at tech. We're probably better, and we're most likely better at it than we give ourselves credit for. Okay, but it's simply the fear around it, going, oh my God, I have to learn new stuff. Like I said, like it was with me, and it's all going to be too hard. That's what we tell ourselves. Okay, but what I want you to do is I want you to stop and think about exactly why do you have this fear. All right, why do you have this fear? Now, one thing that I had, and I speak about this all the time, is that when I did come back into the business arena, social media, of course, over that 10 years had kind of, exploded, and it was a whole new thing that you literally had to use social media to build your business. Fear of the unknown, exactly, Natty. And so I think when I came back into business, lives were really starting to become a thing. Okay. And I was partly telling myself that lives would be too hard to learn. Okay. Now, there was a lot of other things around it, which we'll get into a little bit, but part of it was like, I don't know how I'm going to learn to do lives. They seem too hard. But here's the truth. When I dug deeper into that, it wasn't that necessarily the lives were too hard to learn. The truth was that I was actually worried about going live on social media. People were looking at me and that I wasn't really good enough or perfect enough, or that other people were going to be comparing me to other people who've been in business for a while. Okay, so that was my fear. It was the good old imposter syndrome. That's literally what it was. So I want you to think about and be honest. Oh, I'm just going to turn that phone down. Sorry, guys. I want you to think about and be honest about your fears around business. What are they? And, I often see people's fears because they believe that, and this is an interesting, once they learn the technology, that they really don't have any excuse not to use it. And that seems like a really silly fear to have, but it's not silly because a lot of us do have it. And that was also a fear that I had. It was like, oh, if I learn how to do these lives, then I really don't have an excuse to use it. I'm going to have to do it. Right? Fear of doing the wrong thing with technology is a big one too. I'm going to break my computer. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to break my computer. I'm going to press the wrong button or delete everything. 100%. Yeah. Oh, look, who hasn't had a fear about deleting everything or breaking the computer? Natty, I push too many buttons and then go, oops. Yeah, you know what? That's me. 100%. I have learned to just press the buttons and see what happens. Sometimes you go, oops, but one thing I've learned about tech is that most of the time you can just fix it. It's not hard to fix it. So exactly, there you go, guys. I'm loving this. Okay, so then we got to think about so you've got fears. Is it more than fear? So we're going deeper again. Okay. Now, this is going to sound really harsh when I talk about it from my point of view, okay, when all these lives came in and other tech. For me, a lot of the time, it was like, it's all too hard. So that all too hard mentality for me translated into I can't be right, which meant that I can't be bothered translated into pure laziness. Is that, you know what? I can do without it. I don't have to do that. And it was simply me being lazy. Now, is this you? It's a challenge for you today. Is this you? If not, fantastic. If it is, dig into it a little bit deeper, because this was me. And when I realized that, you know what, I'm just being lazy, there's no excuse why I can't do this. And that laziness then transferred into even more stubbornness. Me, I hate lives. I don't need them. I'm never going to do them. I don't need to do lives to run my business. I can do other stuff. I can use simpler stuff. Lives are the dumbest thing that I've ever seen. That's what I told myself. But the truth was that really I just had a fear around the lives. Okay. Now, there's also such thing called technophobia. Okay. Now, this is a fear of technology. So some people do have this. I have not yet actually come across anyone with actual technophobia, right? But this can range from anything from just a general dislike of technology to an extreme fear. So a lot of people have extreme fears about things. Okay. And one of those fears might be technology. This is a genuine thing, guys. Okay. But I want you to think about this for a minute. Okay. And there's a reason I'm addressing this, because a lot of people now that you've heard me say this, you're going to go, oh, actually, I do have an extreme fear of tech. Okay. But I want you to ask yourself, do you have a general fear of technology, or a general fear of, something of what I'm talking about? Or are you going to talk yourself into having technophobia? Right? Think about that. Now, do you have workmates who have it? Yeah, and it is a genuine thing. Okay. But this is why I'm addressing it, because a lot of people will go, oh, I'm just going to tell everyone that I've got technophobia and I can't do the tech stuff now. Guess what that is? That's an excuse, which is going to transfer to laziness and probably stubbornness as well. Oh, she's on it today. Zoe, what have you said? Yep, I'm brave enough to shave my head, but not brave enough to try new tech without some kind of help. And might I add that you are looking hot, sister. Hot. Love that shaved head look. Love it. Okay. So what we want to do now is, when you've addressed those fears, when you're realizing why you've had those fears, you want to get excited about the tech. So this is all about reframing your thoughts around it. Okay, just as with anything new that we bring into business, there are a lot of, we've talked about the fears. It's not just tech. There's a lot of fears of bringing things into business. Okay, so we just need to retrain our thought patterns, right? Transform the fear into energy. Now, just excuse me, guys. I've got sun on my face, so I know you can probably see my boobs. This isn't very professional, I know, but oh, that's better. I can actually see the screen now. All right. So what we need to do is transform the fear that you might be having into positive energy. Now, I'm going to give you another example. There's a lot of examples because you guys know that I love to share my journey. I was running back in 2018, 2019, a podcast, right? And I decided that I was going to do a podcast, never done it before. What did that involve, guys? New technology. So rather than going, I'm never going to be able to learn this, I had to transform my mindset to say, you know what? I'm going to learn this. I'm going to learn how to do a podcast. So I had to learn how to record. I had to learn how to edit the recordings. Then I had to learn how to upload them onto a website or onto a platform. Okay, so this is new technology that I didn't know how to learn. Was I scared to learn it? Yes. Was I scared of pressing too many buttons, like you've said, Natty, and go, oops, yes. And guess what? I did. But I said to myself, I'm going to learn it. And then that podcast turned into a video podcast or a vodcast, right? And then again, I had to learn how to edit videos, upload videos, how to do a vodcast instead of a podcast. But it was literally talking myself into and reframing my thoughts to say, you know what? You don't know how to do it yet, but you can train yourself. And I did. Yes, I am sorry, there is a strange noise in the background, everybody. It's because my neighbour has decided that they're going to renovate just when I've gone live. So unfortunately, I cannot do anything about that. Yes, my humble apologies, Chris. He's right next door. It's always the way, isn't it, whenever you go live? Okay, so it's not tech, it's the neighbour next door. Now, tech in your business will make things simpler. They will make things simpler. Now, my Heart and Soul Business Academy clients, you know, we introduce technology gradually into their businesses. We don't do it straight away, or not necessarily tech, but new programs. Like we're looking at a program right now where most of them will see it for the first time and their eyes will bug out of their head because it's kind of like, how am I going to get my head around this? And, you know, when we do it week after week, they roll their eyes and goes, oh my God, not that again. Right? But I can tell you categorically that those clients who take the time, they sit down, they action what I teach them, right? And they really do, they're the ones that actually see how the technology and the new programs that I'm teaching can help make life easier for them as a business owner. Gabriella, I love how I trained transform your mindset. Tech challenges, exactly. They're just challenges, and challenges can all be overcome. Exactly. So tech does make things simpler in your business. And when you think about that, you know, Susie Manley always says octopus arms. We've all got octopus arms. So introducing tech will make stuff easier in your business. It's also going to free up your time, right? In the Heart and Soul Business Academy, we talk about the difference between Flintstones method, which is doing it all yourself manually, okay, and then the techie method. So we've got two different methods that we teach. A lot of the time when we start businesses, because we don't know the technology, we haven't yet learned it, it's easy to do the manual method or the Flintstones method and transfer into the techie method once you begin to learn. And you don't have to do it all at once. You can do a little bit at a time. Okay. Now, as someone who started off doing everything manually, we're implementing technology into our business all the time. Okay. And you know, I'm learning new stuff all the time. My VAs are learning stuff all the time. And I can tell you that because of that, it's freeing up my time. It's becoming a lot more valuable. The more tech we introduce, the more that we're able, and especially me as the business owner, is able to put back into the business to help it grow. So it's a win-win situation. Okay. So this is why and this is actually what gets me excited about tech. Now I can see that now that I'm implementing more and more, it's like, oh my God, I've got so much time on my hands. I can do this, I can make that dream, I can achieve that goal. It's awesome. And I see my clients doing that too. So we, you know, and here's something else, techie language, right? It's all out there. And sometimes, and this is sometimes a lot of where the fear comes. We hear the people talking the lingo or talking the terminology and we just go, what? I don't know what that all means, right? Now, when I came into it, I knew none of the terminology. And it was like, that scared me in itself. You know, I didn't know, I mean, I knew I'd heard it, but I didn't understand it. I didn't know how to implement it. Things like, you know, landing pages, CRM, algorithms, SEO, networking, affiliate marketing, sales funnel, Google Ads, all of that type of stuff. And you kind of hear it, you go, oh, what? That's a lot to learn. But again, guess what? You don't have to learn it all at once. So learning the language first is going to help you take away a lot of the overwhelm. Once I understood what a CRM was, it was like, okay, do I need that? Do I need the techie version of that? Or can I have a manual version of that? Once I learned exactly what a landing page was used for, it was like, do I need that in my business yet? And it was like, no, I don't, because at the moment I'm doing it this way. Now, we have since implemented them into our business. Yes, they've given us more time back. Yes, they have helped us, streamline stuff in our business, right? But it wasn't there from the start. But learning the language and understanding what these things are will absolutely help you to be able to decide whether you need to have it in your business and when you want to introduce it into your business. And that makes it not so scary as well. When you understand the language, it's like, oh, you know what, that's not that bad. Is that all that means? You guys have heard me talk about a sales funnel before. A lot of people will think a sales funnel needs to be the real techie thing that ClickFunnels puts you through, where you've got your upsells and your landing page and all of those. That is a version of a sales funnel, but I talk about the basic sales funnel. Okay, so think about that. I just tried to add Insta last night to my Facebook and nearly had a breakdown. Thank God for kids. Oh, Tanya, you are flying. Tanya's one of my Heart and Soul Academy clients, and my God, Tanya, you are doing so well. And yeah, thank God for kids. If all else fails, just ask your kids. I do that. All right, 3. Guess what, guys? Age doesn't matter. First of all, as someone who started this business or came back into the business world at 45, I was telling myself I was too old. I don't know, I'm too old, I'm not going to be able to learn new stuff, okay, and I'm never going to make this happen. Well, I'm going to tell you categorically that, look at me now, right, cheeky brag, five years later, we are never too old, guys. Stop telling yourself that you're too old to learn new stuff, because it is BS. Remember what you have learned so far in your life. I don't care how old you are, that all of us, whether you have a degree, whether you barely passed high school like me, it doesn't matter. I can tell you that all of us have learned and accomplished amazing things in our lives, and you guys included. So focus. This is part of retraining your mind. Focus on what you have accomplished and learned so far. This means that you can then learn more. Nanny, you have many life skills that can transfer across. Absolutely. And that's something that I personally had to remember as well. And business, guys, is about learning new stuff, right? Every day. This whole thing's about technology. Again, last week we talked about AI. There is new tech being introduced all the time. And it is essential that we stay up to date. If you don't, you're going to fall behind. So it's the willingness to learn. And when you have that willingness to learn, you will have the success. If you use those fears that you might have as an excuse, you're going to have a lot less success, okay? But we, of course, stop the I can'ts and tell yourself I can. Now, also don't allow, like I said at the start, don't allow age to be an excuse. I know that there are people watching here today who, are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. Some of you are going back to study. I know people who are going back to study at 80 years old. My dad just turned 82 on the weekend, and he still studies all the time. So we are never too old to learn new things, okay? And I know many people, and a lot of my Heart and Soul Business Academy clients are people who have started their businesses at, let's say, a mature age. And again, I started this business at 45. Now, that's a lot younger than I know a lot of people have started. Chris, look at the beautiful Leslie Slattery and all she does with lives. Won't mention her age. She may shoot me. I know her age too, and I'm not going to mention it either, Chris, because I don't want her to shoot me either. But she is, beautiful Leslie is a perfect example of that. Absolutely. So, and age is just a number. It's just a number, people. All right, number 4. So learn from the experts, right? People who've been there before you. You don't need all the technology at once. What do you think about? What do you need now? Okay. Not what everybody's telling you that you need. There's a big, big difference. So people are they're all the shiny objects out there. People are going to tell you, you need to have a perfect email sequence. You need to have, a perfect ClickFunnels sale landing page. You need to have this. You need to have that. You need to have a Facebook group of 90,000 people. Okay. Now, it's up to you as the business owner. You are the leader to decide what you need now for where you are now. Okay, this is something that I got caught up in, was the shiny objects, and gone, oh my God. And this is partly why I developed that fear, because holy crap, I've got to learn how to do that and that and that, and it's all so much and it's overwhelming. So when you bring it down and decide what is necessary to begin with, you implement one thing at a time, and your business grows with you, which is exactly what's happening in my business, and it's exactly what I can see happening for my clients as well. One thing at a time. Now, remember too that you're not the only learner, right? Take classes, do courses, whatever it is that you need to learn the new tech, right? And this was going to remind you that you're not the only one learning new things. You will essentially be hanging around other people who are learning the same thing as you. You'll be able to support each other. You'll go, oh, thank God, I don't feel so stupid. There's no such thing as stupid, but I don't feel so silly that I don't know all this, because other people don't know it as well. So you're all learning together. So taking classes, or whether you're learning in a group environment like the Business Academy, the Heart and Soul Business Academy, whether you're doing a self-paced pre-recorded course. I have found, what I have actually found with a lot of people with the pre-recorded courses is that due to our fears, we can actually avoid doing them, because even though we know we should, because there's no one essentially encouraging us and holding a hand and pushing us forward to improve. The course just sits there unwatched. Guilty? Me, definitely. Now, group training is another option. This is what we do in the Heart and Soul Business Academy. Group coaching is where your coach or your trainer can help keep you accountable, right? This is what we do in HSBA. I help keep the girls accountable, offer them opportunities to ask questions of what they're learning. Okay. And again, this is the atmosphere that we provide, where there's no judgment, because everybody's at a different level. Absolutely no judgment. There are also hybrid methods of this that you can do, right? Where you have a self-paced course alongside a monthly accountability or a coaching session. Now, these might be memberships and things like that. So there's all different ways that you can learn from the experts, learn from people who've been there before you, learn from someone like me who's implemented the tech as she's gone along, and still implementing new tech every single day, right? Learning new stuff. I get excited when I learn new stuff now, because now I know, you know what, I'm going to learn this, and oh my God, this is really cool, because now I can go teach my clients. Oh, it's really cool. So guys, if you're, and let me just say, like I said, reminder, you don't need to do it all at once. If you're just starting out, great, awesome. If you are looking for a really simple way to introduce new ideas and new technology into your business, I've got a really simple way that you can do that, right? This will also help you overcome your fears and help you learn and help you grow. Now, I am running next week my Heart and Soul Virtual Expo, which is an online virtual expo inside a Facebook group. And for stall holders, if you come and you want to promote your business as a stall holder, it's only $50, guys, for 3 days of straight promotion to an almost 1,000 member Facebook group. Okay, and this is growing all the time. Now, in this, you will get training set up and training provided for you. If you join, if you actually register before today, before the end of today, you can come to our networking session that we actually have on tomorrow. We have another one next Wednesday as well. So networking and Q&A sessions where you can come and ask me any questions you like. I can see there's a link gone up in the comments. So this is a really simple way to learn technology. Chris, I know you've been part of the Heart and Soul Virtual Expo before, and there's many people that come in and they'll say to me, I've never done a live before. How do I do it? Guess what, guys? The training is all there, right? A lot of people will think, I've done a live, I know how to do it, I don't need the training, and that's okay. Great, come and do it anyway. If you know how to do a live, fantastic, come and do it. But we train you in every aspect, and it's really simple ways of how you can utilize Facebook and utilize the marketing aspects of Facebook to promote your business. So this is the Heart and Soul Virtual Expo. It is happening next Thursday, so not this Thursday, but next Thursday, the 10th of August, so the 10th, 11th and 12th. It is $50, guys, $50 to promote yourself for 3 full days. If you would like more information on exactly how it works, click the button, click the landing page, new tech, guys, landing pages. I only introduced that last year. Go to the landing page. There'll be a little video there that explains how you, what's everything that's involved for you. And you can register there, and then you'll be taken through to some details on how you can then start setting yourself up and implementing that tech and getting hold of those trainings as well. All right, everybody. So I hope that has maybe alleviated your fears and worries around implementing technology into your business. Guys, all I want to say is, if I can do it, as someone who barely passed high school, if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'm going to say, I will see you, looking forward to seeing you as a stall holder in the Heart and Soul Virtual Expo. And we will see you again next week for another Business Growth Insights training, everybody. Have a fantastic week. Bye.